Musical instruments. Benefits and significance of musical instruments. Welcome to the lecture series in Carnatic music. In this session, we shall discuss about the benefits of playing musical instruments. Are among the most meaningful artifacts produced by humankind, a mirage of technology, artistry, symbolism, religion and entertainment. Musical instruments stand as objects of both cultural expression and sculptural craft, which are among the most exquisite and intriguing man has ever created. More than a mere music-producing device, these instruments bring to the fore the full richness, artistry, and culture of a nation. Next to human voice, musical instruments give us a better sense of appreciation and form for music. The Chinese philosopher Confucius said long ago that music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. Playing a musical instrument has many benefits and can bring joy to us and to everyone around. Let us discuss about the major benefits of playing musical instruments. Benefits of musical instruments. Increases the capacity of one's memory. Research has shown that both listening to music and playing a musical instrument stimulates the brain and can increase memory. New research suggests that regularly playing an instrument changes the shape and power of the brain and may be used in therapy to improve cognitive skills. There is continually more evidence that musicians have organizationally and functionally different brains compared to non-musicians, especially in the areas of the brain used in processing and playing music. When one learns how to play an instrument, the parts of the brain that control motor skills, example, using your hands, running, swimming, balancing, etc., hearing, storing audio information, and memory actually grow and become more active. It has also been found that playing an instrument can help IQ increase by 7 points. Refines time management and organizational skills.
It's up to me whether I want to practice, I want to sleep, I want to spend my time or I want to waste my time. It's my own decision. The intensity of practice one should feel on their own. One should feel it once we get into that, into the mode of practicing. You don't feel like eating, you don't need the basic elements.
Learning how to play an instrument requires us to really learn how to be organized and to manage your time wisely. A good musician knows that the quality of practice time is more valuable than the quantity. In order for a musician to progress quicker, he or she will learn how to organize his or her practice time and plan different challenges to work on making efficient use of time. Boosts team skills. Team skills are a very important aspect of being successful in life. Playing an instrument requires you to work with others to make music. In band and orchestra settings, one must learn how to cooperate with the people around. Also, in order for a group to make beautiful music, each player and section must learn how to listen to each other and play together. Teaches perseverance. Learning to play an instrument takes time and effort, which really teaches you patience and perseverance. Most people can't play every piece of music perfectly the first time. In fact, the majority of musicians have to work difficult sections of music multiple times in a row before they can play it correctly. Enhances coordination. The art of playing an instrument requires a lot of hand-eye coordination. By reading musical notes on a page, your brain subconsciously must convert that note into specific motor patterns while also adding breathing and rhythm to the mix. Improves mathematical ability. Learning music requires counting notes and rhythms and can help in math skills. Also, learning music theory includes many mathematical aspects. Studies have shown that students who play instruments or study the arts are often better in math and achieve higher grades in school than students who don't. Increases responsibility. Playing an instrument comes with its responsibilities. Maintenance and care are very important in keeping an instrument in working condition. Each instrument has different procedures to keep it functioning properly, but most instruments need cleaning and some form of oiling or greasing. In addition to maintenance responsibilities, there are other aspects such as remembering music events like rehearsals and performances, and making time to practice. Exposes to cultural history. Oftentimes, music reflects the environment and times of its creation. Therefore, we learn a variety of music types such as classical traditions, folk music, medieval, and other genres. Music itself is history, and each piece usually has its own background and storyline that can further our appreciation of other cultures. Sharpens concentration. Playing music by ourselves requires concentrating on things like pitch, rhythm, tempo, note duration, and quality of sound. Playing music in a group involves even more concentration because one must learn to not only hear you but must listen to all the other sections and play in harmony with the rest of the group. Fosters self-expression and relieves stress. our instrument and can play whatever we want on it. The more advanced we become on an instrument, the greater we'll be able to play what we want and how we want. Music is an art, just like an artist can paint his or her emotions on a canvas, so can a musician play a piece with emotion. This has proven to relieve stress and can be a great form of therapy. In fact, music therapy has been useful in treating children and teens with autism, depression, and other disorders. Creates a sense of achievement. Overcoming musical challenges can give us a great sense of pride. When we first start learning how to play an instrument, it seems like just holding out a note for a couple of beats or hitting a high pitch is an amazing accomplishment. As we practice and become a more experienced musician, making beautiful sounding music, pleasing not only to our ear but others as well, is a very rewarding experience. Promotes social skills. Playing an instrument can be a great way to enhance your social skills. Some of the best people join bands and orchestras, and many times the friends we make here become like a family. It's very common for people to gain lifelong friendships through musical activities and gatherings. Boosts listening skills. Playing an instrument requires one to listen very carefully to things. One has to learn how to hear while playing a wrong note in order to correct them. Tuning instrument means hearing if the pitch we are playing is high or sharp or low and flat. When playing in an ensemble, we have to listen for the melody and play softer if we are the supporting part or accompaniment. There are too many examples to list every possibility here, but by playing an instrument, you are guaranteed to improve your listening skills. Teaches discipline. Playing an instrument can be very challenging. One of the qualities that musicians learn is discipline. Practicing often and working on the hard parts of music and not just the easy and fun stuff requires discipline. The best musicians in the world are masters of discipline, which is why they are so successful on their instrument. Elevates performance skills and reduces stage fright. One of the goals of practicing so much on your instrument is so that you can perform for others. The more you get up in front of people and perform, the more you'll reduce any stage fright. Playing on a stage, in a band or orchestra, helps with stage fright because we are not alone. Also, being prepared and really knowing how to play your part makes it much easier to get up and play for a crowd. Enhances the respiratory system. A good music tutor would tell us quite often to use more air. Air is one of the key components in making wonderful sounding music. In order to play any piece of music correctly when playing an instrument, we need to take huge breaths and learn how to expel the air properly to make the desired sound. Breathing exercises are highly recommended for musicians, and they can really strengthen the respiratory system. Promotes happiness in life. Playing a musical instrument can be very fun and exciting. Not only is it fun to play music that we enjoy, but it feels wonderful to hear an audience applaud us for giving a great performance. It can also be very honorable and gratifying to voluntarily play in our local community and see the happiness on people's faces because they enjoy watching us play. Significance of instrumental music. 1. It was instrumental music that helped man to get a clear grasp of the subtleties of the tone system and the graces and nuances in ragas. 2. Instrumentalists are in a better position to render accurately songs in notation. 3. Possibilities of deriving new scales through the process of modal shift of tonic were revealed only through the harp and the fretted veena. 4. Instrumental music is capable of universal appreciation. 5. In an instrumental rendering of a famous kriti like Nagumomu Galaneni, we are able to appreciate the musical cast much better since all the time we listen only to pure musical setting. 6. Instrumental music has a wider range extending from 5 to 7 octaves, whereas the compass of a brilliant and gifted voice is only 3 octaves. 7. In Vadya Vrindas or orchestra, men and women can join together and play on their respective instruments. But in Gayaka Vrindas or choirs, men alone or women alone have to sing on account of the difference in pitch of their voices. Of course, men and women can sing together by doubling in octaves, but then the effective range of music will be considerably reduced. This limitation in group singing applies only to a melodic system of music. In the harmonic system of music, however, men and women can sing together on account of the possibility of part singing. 8. Instrumental music can be cultivated by one and all, but to be a good singer, one should possess a good voice. 9. Instrumental music answers to the wider needs of the society. 10. Instrumental accompaniment is absolutely essential in concerts of vocal music, dance and dramas. 11. It should be remembered that an instrumentalist is a vocalist plus an instrumentalist. Every performer on an instrument first learns the piece vocally and then reproduces it on his instrument in a stylish, embellished and artistic manner. 12. Relatively, an instrumentalist possesses a far higher degree of swarajnana compared to the vocalist. 13. Vocalists sometimes accidentally stray away from the pitch, causing annoyance to themselves, their accompanies, and the attentive listeners. But there is no such problem as far as the instrumentalists are concerned. 14. When a singer undergoes an infection or cold, he or she cannot sing well, but there is no such problem in an instrumentalist. 15. For enjoying the vocal music in full, one must have knowledge of the language of the songs sung. But in instrumental music, there is no such problem, since it is the melody alone that is played. 16. Human voice is a monophonous instrument, but instruments like veena, violin, etc. are polyphonous, and effects like double stops and doubling in octaves can be produced. 17. With few exceptions, old age has an adverse effect on the voice. The pitch of the voice goes down, and its capacity for producing clear, fast phrases also gets reduced. There is no such problem in instrumental music. There are veenas which have been used for more than 100 years and they still give a delightful tone. 18. Very high speed is attainable in instrumental music, particularly in the flute and jalatarangam. Trikalatanam played on veena are delightful. 19. Gamakas like Tribhinna can be played only on instruments like the veena and gotuvadyam. 20. Instrumental music is a good vehicle for effecting cure. 21. On account of its richness and volume, instrumental music is capable of being heard by large audiences and in big halls. It can reach long distances.
With so many benefits and significances, musical instruments can be aptly called the pioneers of music. Though these instruments are man-made, they stand proficiently higher than men. So far, we have elaborately seen the several benefits and significances of musical instruments. The next session will come up with the classification of the musical instruments. Thank you.